Hi, I'm Cindy Manchester, and welcome to Chinowth Cohen Realtors Elite TV. Today, we're at the Tulsa Air and Space Museum visiting with Glenn Wright. Here's a look at some of our area's finest homes. We're visiting today with Glenn Wright, Executive Director at the Tulsa Air and Space Museum. Hi, Glenn.
How are you, Cindy?
I'm great. Thank you so much for inviting us out. This is very exciting. You know, Tulsa has a rich history in aviation. Tell us a little bit about how this museum got started.
Well, we have a gentleman by the name of Lee Rainey, a native Tulsa boy, and he had this dream that this museum should be here and that we ought to have one. And so he got some people together, and I was one of the gentlemen along with other people in original. And it started out with a thought process that we ought to do this, and we did some studying and feasibility study, and TU helped us with that and so forth. And it looked like that we ought to have one here. So we started out over at the old Spartan School of Aeronautics over on the south side of the airport. They had a beautiful old hangar, redwood and brick and all this, and it was a beautiful way to get started, and it was wonderful. The price was right, no money, no rent, no utilities, you know, stuff like that. And so we got started over there, and that was almost 15 years ago. And about 5 years ago, we were able, this has always been in the plan to have a big, nice new museum. It's got climatic control and all that kind of stuff, obviously. And so we got our money together, and this is all privately done. It's not funded by anything else, but just privately, you know, foundations, you know, personal and all that kind of stuff, but no government or city thing.
Right.
And we ended up building this complex here.
It's fantastic. You know, we were talking earlier, there are so many different things to see here, but you had a great story about this helicopter. Well,
of course, I was in the beginning, and I flew helicopters for fun. And I got that helicopter you see behind us from the Navy. I got it, actually, it was retired from the Navy, and there's only 18 of those made in the world. And that was the last one in the world flying, and by Bell, and that was one to the Navy. So got that and got it back all flying again, first class to shape. And a gentleman by the name of Bill Harrison here in town, Dr. Bill Harrison, who is quite the avionics, you know, expert, you might say, in a lot of things. He had it, and I bought it from him.
Well, it's
and
I
flew
cool.
it for about probably 7, 8 years, and had a lot of fun with it, and donated it to the Air and Space Museum about 12 years ago.
And we've got a few other interesting things in here as well.
Well, the F-14, of course, it's pretty cool to be able to come in here and sit in the F-14.
Yeah.
And we became friends with a gentleman that was the base commander at Oceana Air Station up in you know, Oceana, Virginia. And he had the F-14s, those go out in carriers and all that. And he had one of the earlier models, and he's going to have to get rid of them. And he said, you ought to have one at your museum, because he was from Oklahoma and da-da-da.
Yeah.
And we made all that happen.
Great.
It's quite a story to do that. But
well, there's, you know, we don't have a lot of time this morning. I wish we did. I think that our viewers need to come out here and see what all you have to offer between traveling exhibits and the permanent exhibit. So for someone interested in more information, tell us how to get more involved in the museum.
Well, of course, call out here, 918-834-9900, and people will help you, get you in the right direction, whether you want to be a volunteer or want to rent the place or send your school out here. We have a lot of school kids out here all the time, and we have space camps and all kinds of things going on at all times, and during holidays and so forth. So they can, you know, do that or get on our website. Of course, tells you some information, and our planetarium right next door here too has a schedule on shows, and that's www.tulsaairandspacemuseum.com.
Great. Thanks again, Glenn. It's
pleasure.
been a lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
Really, guys, come out and see the museum. You can go on the website and get their hours. There's always something fun and interesting going on. Tulsa has many rich cultural events for us to see. Stay tuned. We have more beautiful homes for you to see.